Hey there, dads, Martin here, and welcome to my office again. Look, I'd love to bring to life with you, just over the next couple of minutes, how I help stressed dads. So dads who are overwhelmed, stressed about the amount of work that they've got. They might be working in the corporate world like I did in financial services, or they might be a business owner themselves, and they're getting stressed out about how much there is. They're working harder and longer, not seeing their family, and feeling pretty rotten in the process. Lots of guilt as well, because we really need more of that in our lives, right? So let me just bring to life how I help dads really quickly. It all starts with your mindset. And you go, oh, mindset. What? It all starts with how you look at work and your role at work. So let me just give you an example. If you think you are at work to do everything that is on the to-do list, that you are there to do everything that is being asked of you, everything that is possible within that business. If you think your role is to do everything, you are on a one-way ticket to stress, overwhelm, and burnout. Because here's the truth. You can't do everything. You certainly can't do everything at the same time. And whilst you may be capable of doing everything, your capacity, the time you have, is limited. But most of us, when we are stressed, if we're honest, stressed out, we're just trying to do everything. We are just inviting more and more stress, because here's the hard truth about business, whether you own your own business or whether you work for somebody else's. There is always more to do. There is always an issue. There is always somebody to serve. There is always something you can improve. There's always something to take it to the next level, or improve what you're doing, or to assess what you're doing, or review what you're doing, and analyze what you're doing. There is always something. So that long list is not a definitive, it's not a case of tick, 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 done. Oh, most of us spend our working lives trying to get to the point where it's tick, 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 done. Oh, amazing. It doesn't work like that. In terms of the big list in business, it doesn't work like that. So if we've got a mindset, if we're thinking we're there to do everything, we're already not good enough, because you can't do it. This is what causes stress. So if we can suddenly shift that to go, well, actually, it's not about doing everything. I'm here actually to make the biggest difference I possibly can in my business or someone else's business. Isn't that true? Just think for a moment. Are you really there to do everything, or are you there employed, or you owning your own business to make the biggest difference that you can? If you're going to make the biggest difference, some things you're not going to do, or some things you're going to schedule for a later date. If we get overwhelmed and stressed about trying to do everything and spinning all the plates, you are not going to make the biggest difference. So all of a sudden we're shifting. Oh, right, I need to make the biggest difference. So what happens then when you just shift that just like this and go, oh, this is I want to make the biggest difference I can. How do I do that? So I've got all these things in my workload. What have I got to do? Well, I've got to ask myself some questions about the work that's in front of me. I've got to make sure I know why this thing needs to get done. I need to understand the consequences of it not getting done, either now or ever. I need to understand what is going to make the biggest difference to the objectives, the goals that I've got, or the company has got, out of everything that I've got in front of me. When you start asking the questions, you then start distilling down the 101 things down to just a few. What do you then do? You then go, well, I need to focus my time to get those things done. But most of us are not very good at focusing our time. We're trying to spin all the plates. We're rushing from here to there. We're accepting meetings that we don't need to. And we're rushing around, and we're spending longer and time doing work, not spending time with the family, downtime, which means that we're trying to, which means our brains have time to process everything and actually relax so we can be more productive. We're not doing that. We don't focus our time. So we now need to figure out, well, how do I focus my time and get the things that are going to make the biggest difference done? What do you then need to do? You then need to do that on a consistent basis. You need to work on your habits and your routines so that you're doing this day in, day out. Every day you're, right, my role is to make the biggest difference. Right, anything comes in, I need to have a clear understanding. I need to ask questions of it so I know what it is that's required, and whether it is me or whether it's somebody else, whether I can do it or I can't do it, or I need to learn how to do it, or do I do it now or do I do it at a different point in time? And have all the facts so that you can have a decent conversation with whoever's giving you the work, or it's yourself if you own your own business, as to what you then need to focus on. But you then need to do that on a regular basis. That's how you get the results. And what happens? The compound effect of you doing these things, these small shifts, leads to you stressing a heck of a lot less, not getting so overwhelmed, not getting so frustrated, and interestingly, not working such long hours. You gain more control over your time. You feel more in control. You feel more confident, which means then that happens at work, but it then also happens at home. You free up time to be with your family. And if you're more in control and more confident at work, you're not going to be stressing and be so distracted when you're with your loved ones. So you're not going to feel so guilty. And you're going to feel like you're actually putting them first when they're in front of you. This, in a nutshell, is what I help stress dads with. This is the process. This is what I call work leadership. And work leadership is not, it doesn't depend on your seniority in a business. You can be the CEO, a managing director, an executive, senior manager. You can be a manager. You can be a marketing assistant. You could be a marketing executive. It doesn't matter where you are in a hierarchy of things. That doesn't matter. That's not what leadership is about. Leadership is not managing your circumstances. That list of stuff that you've got, that overwhelming to-do list, what are you doing? You're managing it right now. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle in front of you. Some of those pieces are turned over. You can't even see them. Some of them, you know what, aren't even part of your jigsaw puzzle, but you think they are. They're just adding to the list. And all you're doing is moving these things around. That's not leadership. If you can think like a leader in your life, in your business, what that means is you know exactly what you need to focus on. It's not, I'm trying to do all this and getting overwhelmed. It's that right there. That's the thing we need to do. That's the thing we need to focus. And it works just as well in business as it does at home. You're going, well, I'm not sure about that. Well, think about it. You're with your kids. What's the biggest focus? Right. My focus right now is I'm with my children, spending quality time with my children. I'm going to be absolutely present with them every second, enjoy every second, be there in this incredible moment. I'm focused. This is leadership. You do it at work too. This is the thing that's going to make the biggest difference. That's what I've got to focus on. And I'm going to make sure that I focus my time to get that thing done with no interruptions, no distractions. I'll get that done. And I'm going to do this sort of thing on a regular basis. And guess what? I'm going to get bigger results. I'm going to stress less. I'm going to get more control over my time, have a better balance in my life. This is what I help stress dads with all over the world. And I just wanted to bring it to life for you because maybe it was a bit of a mystery. Maybe you weren't quite sure how all this fits together, how you can move out of stress, because I know what it feels like. We can feel really trapped and we go, you know what, it's just not possible. You know, to be at this, to be the business owner or to be this manager or this senior manager or whatever role you've got, and the marketing manager, the managing director, the CEO, in order for me to be in this position and to have worked really hard to get there, I just need to accept that it is really, really stressful and I'm not going to see my family. That's the story that we tell ourselves, but it's not true. All we've got to do is get better with our work leadership. We need to get better at our leadership at work, but also you can then apply that at home and your focus and your time and your energy. So this is what I do. If this has brought it to life for you and you kind of go, oh, right, I can see how this can help. I can see that there's steps. I can see there's a path and I would like to learn more. Then why don't you book a call? I can just give you a link. It's really simple. A link goes through to my calendar. You then choose a date and a time that's available for you. And then we'll have a quick conversation about your situation, your circumstances, what your challenges are. And then we'll set it up from there if it's a good fit. I hope this has been useful. It's a privilege to serve you, and I can't wait to talk with you if that's what you decide. Thank you so much.